I have not managed to see it in a cinema yet. I figured of all times to go to a cinema, it would be dangerous to go now.
Hey, Henry, Tara Hitchcock from Good Morning Arizona, and also Harkins Theaters. Congratulations on everything going on, personally, professionally, just all of it.
Thank you so much. It's so good to see you again.
It is so good to see you. I'm bummed this isn't in person, but I am grateful for your time. And I have to start, I love this character, and I don't want to give too much away, but let's just say when we first see him in Enola Holmes 2, he has been kicked out of an establishment. Did that ever happen to you?
No, not that I remember, which could be my get out clause, or that I'm willing to admit. I don't think I've ever been kicked out of a place. No, I don't think so.
Good. Let's
I tend to be quite responsible. I tend to be quite responsible when I'm out enjoying myself and enjoying beverages. Yeah. I'm the one who's popping people into taxis and making sure everyone gets home, and then I can relax.
Well, and plus in this day and age, you've got a lot of responsibility to carry. I love this relationship. I know you've got a ton of brothers. I'm the oldest of 4 girls. No one but Enola affects him the way he is affected. And I'm wondering, who is that person for you? Is there somebody in your family, friends, circle that they're the only one that kind of softens you in that way?
No, I mean, I'm very open emotionally, sort of with the people who I love, whether it be brothers or friends. I'm very much like that, and so there's no one person who I'm more open with than anyone else. I've always been an open book with people who I trust. And may I just say, as the eldest of 4, you're an absolute champion. I know how hard it is to be the oldest, not because I lived it, but because I watched it happen. And by the time my parents got to me, the rules were a lot easier.
Trust me, that's a whole separate conversation, but I will be playing this tape for my parents, or this link for my parents for sure. And my sisters. Thank you very much. One of the favorite parts of this whole thing is when he walks into places and they try to stop him and he says, "Don't be ridiculous." Like I'm Sherlock Holmes. I know you are not that kind of person in real life, but has there ever been a time where somebody actually didn't know who you were and it did kind of surprise you because of who you are?
I mean, no, not. I mean, yes, it has happened, but it's not necessarily surprising. I still get surprised by people knowing who I am, and but also, I mean, also not. It's a funny place because I think to walk around expecting that everyone knows who you are,
I know
it's that terribly awkward thing. If you're trying to get into a place, and you're like, "Oh no, we can get in here," and then the guy's like, "Is your name on the list?" And you go,
Right.
Do I say it, or do I just go, okay, I'm going to get in line? And it's that awkward thing of, you don't want to come across as a bit of a I'm trying to think of a polite way of saying it. You know what I'm going with. And but you also want to get your friends in. So there's a fine line to tread there.
That's where a good friend comes in handy, because they can be the one to go, wait a minute, don't you know who this guy is? Because I know you're not that type of person. The other great,
get even worse then. The guy's like, yeah, and I don't care. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. Then we'll go next door.
Is there a lesson? I love the flashbacks to the lessons her mom teaches that maybe at the time didn't make sense, but man, are they coming in handy? Anything from your parents that didn't make sense at the time, but lately it's come in handy, a lesson?
That's really tough. I mean, my parents are such wonderful people, and they spent a lot of emotional time and effort on all of us. And I think it's something which I've carried with me, especially, is my mom has always said, do what makes you happy, do what you want to do. It doesn't matter what it is. Just be the best at it and enjoy doing it. And that's always stuck with me. And it's empowering to hear that lesson and to feel that. I'm not trapped in the thing I'm doing if I'm not enjoying it. I'm supposed to be pursuing something that I enjoy. And that in itself is empowering. And it can actually unlock the key to making you enjoy the thing which you weren't enjoying previously. So I think lessons like that is one that has stuck with me with my mum.
Well, listen, obviously, like everybody else, one of the best post-credit scene I've ever seen, or post-credit scenes ever in Black Adam. How did you see it? Did you go to a theater, sneak in? How did you watch that? And then I know they're rapping me big time.
Sorry, yeah. I have not managed to see it in a cinema yet. I figured of all times to go to a cinema, it would be dangerous to go now. And so I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna. I have seen it. I have seen it, just not on the big screen. So maybe a funny nose and glasses, and I'll sneak into a place.
Well, you're welcome to Harkins Theaters anytime in Arizona or any of the other states we're in. Henry, thank you. I can't wait to see you in person. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Pleasure talking to you.